Get ready for the Fantastic Four. Oh boy. Yeah. Maybe this will save the MCU. So for Valentine's Day, Marvel officially announced the cast with this, illustration of them together. So here we go. Happy Valentine's Day from Marvel's first family: Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Evan Moss Backrack, I believe, and Joseph Quinn are the Fantastic Four. So there you go, and here's the whole poster. Yeah. So right off the bat, hey, why do it like this? It's this retro look. That's interesting. Well, there's been rumors, as even the logo has, it's got it here bigger, early 60s looking styles here. And one of the rumors was it's a bit of a prequel, that they begin in the 60s. I think they'll work in Michael Douglas and de-age him for that, to present him as, a character from that era that he actually knew, Reed Richards and all that sort of stuff. And then they discover the negative zone, get trapped in it, and then when they come out, they have their powers, but they're in the current era, that kind of thing, which is very far afield of the original story. It's funny how Iron Man and Captain America and Thor were able to stay pretty close to this. Well, Thor, he never did become Don Blake, but all that kind of thing. But the more they do, the less they stay true to what founded the characters and all of that. But ultimately, if you have the family dynamic of their team, then I suppose it could work in that element. However, if this is them in the 60s, already suited up and the Fantastic Four, and down here it gets into rumors of what it might take place. So rumors include the FF will be taking on Galactus and that Molecule Man. I mean, the Molecule Man. Silver Surfer. Well, if Galactus is there, then Silver Surfer probably more than likely would be there as well. Rumors are it'll be a female Silver Surfer and that kind of nonsense. But if this takes place in the 60s, something this ginormous, to put it mildly, happens, and then years later everyone's excited when Iron Man shows up. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, another guy who can fly and stuff. So it doesn't quite work like that. They've done prequel stuff before, but with the idea that most people didn't get a good look at Captain Marvel, so they didn't really know what that was all about, and it was more secret agent stuff, witnessing her, her activities and all that. And then Ant-Man with the Michael Douglas playing Hank Pym. It was all secret, like secret agent government work type stuff that he did. Whereas here, unless they do it all in outer space or something like that, but it would be better if it was closer to how the story was, as best as they can get it. So, but this whole, this time, instead of man out of time like Captain America, it'd be people out of time, but that's not their story. That's Captain America's story, but it's not theirs. I don't know if this is giving you an indication of what the outfits would look like, but I guess something of this nature. Ben and Johnny just seem to be wearing normal clothes. But anyway, there you go. And this is supposed to be a portrait of what Ben Grimm looked like when he was still human, And then, even Herbie the robot shows up. Now, Herbie... there was a Herbie in the comic books later on, but initially, as I recall it, Herbie was developed for a cartoon version of the Fantastic Four. Not the first one. The first one had them all in there in the 60s. But later on, there was a Saturday morning cartoon, and they were too scared to have the Human Torch in there because they thought, hey, kids might set themselves on fire. So And I mean, well, so the robot took his place. So the other three were there, and Herbie the robot made them the Fantastic. He's the fourth member, the fourth Beatle, as it were. So, and later on they decided, oh, that's crazy. It's obviously you can't actually set yourself on fire and fly around like Johnny Storm. So later cartoons just went ahead and put Johnny back in there, So, in fact, there was a Thing cartoon, but it was this kid who had a ring that would turn him into the Thing. Thing ring, do your thing. Why do you do stuff like that? At least with the Johnny Storm thing, I could understand what they were worried about. But not much has changed in that, because apparently they're going to retroactively mess with the story, be far afield from what it was, and the less of that you do, the better. But anyway, not sold on Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. There's a lot of other actors I could think would be better suited for the role, but I don't know, they cast him in everything now. Vanessa Kirby, I only really know her from the Mission Impossible movie, but yeah, she'll probably be all right. The other two I don't really know, and then of course the guy playing Ben Grimm is gonna be looking like this. So for the most part, all right, it kind of looks like him and everything, but the rumor being that it's a time travel thing, more or less. Similar to Captain America, what have you, so that they would be in the 60s. If the battle with Galactus happens after they come to the current era, then okay. But if it all happens in the 60s, and then they get stuck in the negative zone and show up at the end, like Captain America, in modern day New York or whatever, I don't think that would be a good way to go. But that was the rumor, and stuff like this makes me think that it was probably closer to the truth. So anyway, there they are. But the MCU is in such bad shape. Lord only knows how badly they're going to do this, is the option. They're really, at this point, it's like, well, how bad could it be? And then if it's just a little better, it's like, well, that was pretty good, So I guess they got that going for them, the lowered expectations, Yeah, well, what are you going to do? So, there you have it. The Fantastic Four. As to whether how fantastic they are, well, just have to wait and see. When is it open now? They had to swap it for, the Thunderbolts. Oh, July 25th, 2025. So there you have it. Something fantastic on the way.